That's why we clicked the.
Okay, so it's up there now.
All right. Now we are live.
Good.
Good grief, this has been quite the amazing thing. So, we have had multiple issues trying to get this live going. And so I apologize if you had to watch the beginning of that, but I think we've got it now. This is our third time, really our fourth time trying to get this, and this is where we're at. We're doing our Friday encouragement just a little bit different than we normally do. I wanted to go live because I've made some improvements on my computer to hopefully make sure that my mouth and the audio match on Sunday morning. And so I wanted to have an opportunity to go live this afternoon. I gave AJ creative license today, if you will. She's been my technical director. And so she said she wanted me in my more natural environment. And so here I am in the kitchen. She wanted me in front of the open refrigerator or the open pantry, but we didn't go for that. But this is just a little bit of fun this afternoon to see if we've made some improvements on our Facebook and YouTube Live. I apologize for all of the technical difficulties at the beginning, but hey, at least we can get those out of the way now instead of Sunday morning. If you tuned in to the radio station this morning, you heard me share just a little bit about journeys. And you see, we've all taken many journeys. When I was a kid, my family, I was born in Michigan, and my family moved to Colorado, and so we made a lot of road trips back and forth between Michigan and Colorado, and we'd go over some of the most boring parts of the United States and the world. But I still remember those stops in Altoona, Iowa, at Adventureland, and places along the way that we would stop. And I even vaguely remember that on one road trip we had a fly that got caught in the van, and we named him. I don't know what we named him, but we did. And one journey in particular sticks out for me. When I was a junior in high school, my church youth group was taking a mission trip to Mexico. And we decided that year that we were going to go from Denver to San Diego by train. Now, Denver to San Diego by train is 26 travel hours. We were on that train for what seemed like forever. But I remember that trip. I remember the journey. I remember having opportunities to sit and talk with friends late into the night or early in the morning. I remember sitting and talking and laughing with Joe and with our youth minister Rob and Debbie and Heather and so many people on that trip. And I remember listening to a cassette tape that my friend Eric had made for us because he had gotten mono and couldn't make the trip. And so he made a cassette tape, a mixtape. Those of you younger than me, that was where you could record a whole lot of songs onto one cassette, and then you could play that. And so that trip just sticks out in my mind. We'd find places to try to get comfortable and lay down, and we went downstairs and opened up the luggage compartments and climbed on top of luggage, and I think we got in trouble for that. And we laid on the floor behind the last row of seats. But there was a long journey, but I remember it. There was unique circumstances in that journey. Now, don't. I have no clue what I was about to say. This is the problem with live, and I didn't write anything down. The destination was important. Our trip to Mexico was incredibly vital. We had tremendous opportunity to minister to kids during a VBS right there in Mexico. We slept on the ground in tents. It was just a tremendous trip, a tremendous opportunity. But you can't become so focused on the destination that you lose sight of the journey. I shared this morning the Apostle Paul's list of things that he went through as he was on his missionary journey. He was beaten. He was rejected by the Jews and the Romans. He was bitten by a snake. He was shipwrecked. All of these things. But he didn't say that to say, oh, look at how bad it was. But these are all things that on his journey led to who Paul is and led to the depth of his missionary journey. Can I remind you that right now you may feel like you're shipwrecked. You may feel like things are beating you up, But this is part of the journey that God has in store for you. We may see the destination. Last night, Governor DeWine mentioned that May 1st, he was shooting for getting the state beginning to open back up. Now, we don't know exactly what that looks like for us as a church, whether that first weekend we'll be able to meet or whether it will be a little further out. But we can begin to get excited about that. We can see that destination and we can say, yeah, that's what we're going for. But remember that God is building you up right now in this journey. He is strengthening you. He is encouraging you. He is preparing you for something greater. So don't lose sight of the journey by looking forward so much to the destination. The destination is important, but so is the journey and the process to get there. Just a couple things that I wanted to remind you of. I've already bumped, because I've been on and off Facebook Live multiple times already, the list from City Mission of things that they are in need of. They have a tremendous need right now, and so we're going to collect some of those items and deliver them to them. If you'd like to drop them off at the church, we'll make sure someone will be there from 10 to 4 on Monday. But if you want to drop them off before that, just leave them under the awning and then just give Carrie, myself, or Tanya a call so that we know they're there and we can go and get them inside. So we'd like to be able to do that. I also received a message from Dan Franks at the Christian Children's Home, and he wanted to say thank you. He's already begun receiving some of the masks that you guys are making and sending to him. And he mentioned to me that they're going to need that more than just at the children's home. Not only do they need to provide masks for the kids and the staff there, but they've been receiving requests from some of their counseling locations of clients and staff members there who are also in need of masks. And so Dan appreciates the masks that have already come in, and he appreciates as many as we can get sent out to him. One other thing that I'd love for you to do is take a couple minutes here in the next few days. Take a picture of yourself or a short video, 4 or 5 seconds. If you do a video, hold your phone this way, not this way, but hold your phone this way. Take 4 or 5 second video saying hi to your Bethel family, maybe just a picture of you and waving or something. See, everybody's had to see my ugly mug on a couple times a week and on Sunday mornings, and now we want to see your ugly mug. Becca was afraid I was going to say that one time, and I figured I might as well. But instead of just seeing my face, we want to see your face. And so if you would send those to me, you can send those to randy@wearebethel.cc, and I'll compile those all into a video, and we'll get that put together so that you guys can see not just me on Sunday morning or whenever we get it compiled, but you can see everybody else in your church family as well. Hey, I'm excited for what this journey holds, and I'm excited for what God is doing in your life and in my life. I hope this encouragement finds you well, and you'll see me on Sunday morning, and I'll just be looking into the video camera, and I'll see you Sunday. Thanks.